of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
Now we begin the English language transmission from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
You enjoy your mixed progress. Senate General Kim Il-sung. Here is a male chorus, song of General Kim Jong-il. Respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, first Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, first Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, looked around the Turf Institute of the Bioengineering Branch of the State Academy of Sciences, newly built by soldier builders. He was accompanied by Chair Jong-il and the senior officials of the party, state and army. Having a deep understanding of the importance of the ground covers in the land administration, Marshal Kim Jong-un proposed building a modern turf institute and gave the task to the People's Army. The soldier builders achieved the proud success of building the modern turf institute only in 3 months. The Turf Institute, built in the suburbs of Pyongyang, consists of a building with several research rooms, rooms for analysis and laboratories, greenhouse for scientific research, and experimental plots. Looking around different places of the institute, Marshal Kim Jong-un learned in detail about the construction and researches. Going around the room for displaying the achievements in scientific researches, the Scientific Information Research Room and the Genetic Resources Research Room, he said several research rooms and laboratories have been built well to show the characteristics of the Turf Institute and underscore the need to furnish the institute with necessary equipment according to it and take measures to provide scientific and technological materials. Looking around the office room, dining room, and bedroom, he asked if the researchers and employees do not feel any inconvenience in their life. Marshal Kim Jong-un looked around the greenhouse for scientific research. Seeing different varieties of turfs under cultivation in the greenhouse, he said what is fundamental in the research into turf is to breed turfs which are not only evergreen but also strong in resistance to cold and drought and good in ornamental effect and to complete their cultivating method. Marshal Kim Jong-un went around the outdoor experimental plots consisting of variety experimental district, seed gathering and vegetative reproduction experimental district, and trimming experimental district. Seeing it is necessary to research varieties of turfs suited to the characteristics of the localities, which have 4 distinct seasons and different climatic conditions, he proposed establishing branches of the Turf Institute in the eastern, western, and central areas too. Seeing the evergreen turf Sundalil, a variety of this country, under experimental cultivation at the Institute, he stressed the need to plant trees, create grass fields, and plant flowers and ground covers on all land except the cultivated land, so that there should not be a vacant or overgrown land. That day, Marshal Kim Jong-un saw the turf seed gatherer, turf seed sower, and turf trimmer research the need by the State Academy of Sciences and called for widely disseminating them. Noting that it is necessary to give priority to scientific researches for widely spreading evergreen turfs across the country, he promised to send modern facilities needed for researches. Marshal Kim Jong-un underscored the need to forcefully conduct land administration in a prospective way and turn the country into a prosperous socialist nation and a richer and more beautiful people's paradise. A meeting was held at the Orchestral Theater in Pyongyang on Sunday to convey the thanks given by respected Marshal Kim Jong-un in the name of the first secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea to the players and artists of the Orchestral, who ensured the concert for commemorating the May Day on the highest level. Present at the meeting were Kim Ji-nam, secretary of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, and creators, artists, and officials of the Orchestral. Kim Ji-nam conveyed the thanks of Marshal Kim Jong-un. He said Marshal Kim Jong-un, together with working people of both sections, enjoyed the May Day concert given by the Orchestral and highly appreciated it as a performance which gave the spirit of defense of the socialist fatherland a will to annihilate the enemy, confidence in victory and optimism to all the armed people, showing his greatest trust and love to the Orchestral. Then speakers said they would create and perform wonderful musical pieces, emphatically singing of the ideological sentiments of the people of the Sungun era, so as to make louder the march of victory of Sungun Korea, advancing as an invincible fortress rallied around the respected Marshal Kim Jong-un. A resolution to Marshal Kim Jong-un was adopted at the meeting. Respected Kim Jong-un's revolutionary activities were reported abroad on May 2nd. The Russian editorials, the Chinese news service, Hong Kong Phoenix Satellite Television, Xinhua Network, Global Network, and the internet homepages reported the news that leader Kim Jong-un inspected the Ministry of People's Security and Unit 2219 of the Korean People's Internal Security Forces, and together with the Ri Sol-ji, saw the sports games of working people of public health institutions on the occasion of the May Day. The Russian radio Echo Moskvy, the Voice of Russia, and Russian NTV television, newspapers Rossiyskaya Gazeta, Komsomolskaya Pravda, and Argumenty и Факты, and internet news Rosbart, and the Japanese Gyodo News reported the news that Kim Jong-un visited the Ministry of People's Security and congratulated the People's Security men and officers and soldiers of the Korean People's Internal Security Forces on the occasion of the May Day. Editorial and the internet news of Russia posted the news that Kim Jong-un saw the sports games of working people of public health institutions held on the same occasion. Russian newspapers recently featured the 81st anniversary of the heroic Korean People's Army, along with the photographs of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, and respected Kim Jong-un and their revolutionary activities. The newspaper Patriot reported the validity of the new strategic line on promoting economic construction and building of nuclear force in parallel, which was set forth by Kim Jong-un at the March 2013 plenary meeting of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, and called on the progressive humankind to render support and encouragement to the just cause of the Korean people. The newspaper veteran gave a detailed account of the history of victory written by the Korean Revolutionary Armed Forces in the confrontation with the imperialists under the leadership of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il and respected Marshal Kim Jong-un. The newspaper Real Panorama ran articles under the title Thunder in the East and Running of History. The articles mentioned the validity of the third underground nuclear test made by the DPRK in defiance to the provocations of the United States and its followers against its peaceful satellite launch. The newspaper pointed out that another war would bring complete defeat to the United States, whereas the post-Korean War began its sundown. The British chapter of the Korean Friendship Association made public a statement on the occasion of the 81st anniversary of the founding of the heroic Korean People's Army. The statement said the Korean People's Revolutionary Army defeated the Japanese imperialists and achieved national liberation under the outstanding leadership of the great Kim Il-sung, ever victorious, iron-willed, brilliant commander, and was strengthened and developed into the Korean People's Army, regular Revolutionary Armed Forces, in 1948. The statement said the Korean People's Army won victory after victory in the fireless confrontation with the U.S. imperialists in the past, thanks to the great leader Kim Jong-il. It stressed that under the guidance of respected Kim Jong-un, today the Korean People's Army is performing brilliant feats in the defense of socialism, resolutely repulsing the suffocation moves of the U.S. imperialists and all other enemies. The General Association of Koreans in China published the April issue of its magazine, Back to Hana. The magazine prints the photo of the great leader Generalissimo Kim Il-sung warmly waving back to enthusiastically cheering people. It concentrically edited the conclusion made by respected Kim Jong-un at the March 2013 plenary meeting of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea and carried articles praising the undying efforts of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. The magazine carried a congratulatory message sent by Kim Jong-un to Xi Jinping, General Secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. It also edited the 7th session of the 12th Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK, amendment and supplement of some contents of the Socialist Constitution of the DPRK at the Supreme People's Assembly, and several home and international news. The 16th Pyongyang Spring International Trade Fair will be held at the Three Revolution Exhibition House between May the 13th and the 16th. The fair will be participated in by companies of the DPRK, Germany, Malaysia, Mongolia, Switzerland, Singapore, Australia, Italy, Indonesia, China, Poland, and Taipei of China. CNC machine tours of the DPRK and the machines, electric and electronic goods, light industrial goods, foodstuffs, medical appliances, pharmaceuticals, building materials, chemicals, and vehicles will be presented to the fair. DPRK Foreign Minister Park Woo-chung sent a message of greetings to Emma Bonino on April the 30th, who was appointed as Foreign Minister of the Republic of Italy. A World Forum on Peace of the Korean Peninsula was recently held in Paris, France. The forum was attended by political and public personages and members of the organizations for friendship and solidarity with the Korean people from different countries, including France and Germany. Speakers at the forum triumphantly denounced the high-handedness and arbitrariness of the United States engrossed in aggression and interference against independent countries in violation of the international laws and UN Charter. They demanded the United States pull back its aggressive forces from South Korea, lift the sanctions against the DPRK, and sign a peace agreement with the DPRK for lasting peace of the Korean Peninsula. They called upon the peace lovers of the world to turn out in the campaign to foil the new war moves of the United States and the Korean Peninsula. Neil Singh Kansakaru, Vice Chairman of the Nippon-Korea Friendship Association, issued a press statement on April the 30th denouncing the U.S. imperialists for their moves to stifle the DPRK. And that's the end of the news read by Kim Hyun-oh. This is Voice of Korea. The Daily Rodong Shimun on Monday carried a commentary titled preposterous conspiratorial masquerade. The commentary said the South Korean puppets instigated traders to the country to observe what they call Week of Freedom between late April and May the 4th, and groundlessly slandered the DPRK, talking about human rights and whatnot. Turning up there, Queen of the Senate Party kicked up a confrontation racket, trying for the need to adopt the North Human Rights Act this year. Synchronizing with it, the South Korean intelligence service cooked up an absurd North deserters spying case and made desperate efforts to create a hostile atmosphere tarnishing the image of the DPRK. It is another conspiratorial masquerade to besmirch the dignified system of the DPRK and keep the North-South relations in extreme crisis. The so-called North deserters spying case was fabricated to divert Israel the era of the public denunciation and persist in confrontation with us. The vicious conspiratorial moves of the South Korean puppets against the DPRK only add fuel to the resolve of our army and people for the former decisive battle to mow down the traitors to the nation and realize the historic desire for national reunification. That was the commentary under the title, Preposterous Conspiratorial Masquerade, held in the Daily Rodong on Monday. This is Voice of Korea.
We present immortal masterpiece, The Embrace of My Motherland, written by the great leader Kim Jong-il. Now here's some orchestral music, Footsteps.
single-minded unity stronger than nukes. No force on the earth can arrest the people advancing in single-minded unity. The moment the US imperialists and their followers are gathering the dark clouds of war, all army and people burn their hearts with a will of retaliation to strip away the stronghold of the enemy with a single-hearted unity. The immeasurably powerful strength of Korea is the single-minded unity of all service persons and people firmly rallied around the leader. Long ago, the great leader President Kim Il-sung said the meaningful words that as we have the great power of unity of the army and people, we are not frightened by any sort of blackmail of any enemy, and he regards the single-hearted unity, the army-people unity, as one of the greatest successes of the Korean Revolution. He embarked on the road of revolution in his early years and opened the history of the great single-hearted unity with love and trust for the people. Great King Jong-il led a revolution for decades and increased the might of the single-hearted unity. It is a summary of the century-long history of Kim Il-sung Korea that all victories, glory and bright future lie in the single-hearted unity of the whole party, all the army and the entire people around the great leader. The Korean people's single-hearted unity, whose truth has been proved, is now becoming formal under the leadership of respected Kim Jong-un. When respected Kim Jong-un inspected the island defense detachments in the southernmost tip of the southwestern front and the Walmer Island defense detachment, an outpost in the hottest spot in the western sector of the front, service persons and their families greeted and saw him off, jumping into the cold sea water and chanting Quran. Service persons and their families shed hot tears, unfolding a tear-provoking dramatic scene money and power cannot create. Respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un said he had come again to see the service persons of the Jong-il Island Defense Detachment and asked if all of them were well and embraced them in his warm arms. Entering the barracks, he kindly asked if they were not cold in winter and called for paying special attention to the service persons on the island. The service persons and their families were ready to defend him at the cost of their lives, who kept inspecting the dangerous for France when a touch-and-go war atmosphere was heavily hovering on. Their ardent loyalty represented the Korean people. Only the people who won their hearts with yearning for him could open the exciting scene. The special weapon found only in Sunken Korea, the US imperialists and their followers cannot calculate, is the single-hearted unity of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The Korean people will honorably defend the honor of the country and the dignity of the nation and accomplish the historic cause of national reunification with the strength of the great single-hearted unity stronger than nukes. So far, you've been listening to an account under the title Single-Minded Unity Stronger Than Nukes. This is Voice of Korea.
Now here's the main cause. We will take our arms more firmly. please appreciate the band music, Death to the Aggressors. Please listen to a cause. Give us an order.
patriotism displayed in farming preparations. The Sinam Patriotic Farm in Gyeongchang County, North Gyeongan Province in northwest Korea, is well known for its good farming. The farmers there are speeding up preparations for farming in hearty response to the strategic line on promoting the economic construction and nuclear arms build-up simultaneously outlined in the March 2013 plenary meeting of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea. Kim Yong-sung, chairwoman of the management board of the farm, has this to say.
우리 농장에서는 새로운 경쟁 대선을 높이 갖추고 올해 농사를 어떻게 하나 잘 지어.
All our farmers have turned out as one to do farming better than others across the country this year, true to the new line of simultaneous construction of the economy and nuclear armed force. When the strategic line on building the economy and national defense simultaneously was presented in the 1960s, our agricultural workers over-fulfilled the grain production plan with a rifle in one hand and the sickle in the other. With the same spirit, they are now effecting fresh innovations in the immediate farming preparations, including management of rice seed beds and paddy plowing. The farmers directing great efforts to growing healthy rice seedlings on the basis of their achievements and experiences in cultivation of quickly growing seedlings. Quickly growing rice seedlings grow fast and make it possible to transplant healthy rice seedlings in vast paddy fields with a smaller number of rice seed beds. They also save a lot of seed grains and decisively increase production. The workers of the farm regard the cultivation of quickly growing rice seedlings as an important issue for increasing grain production and concentrate efforts on their growth. The cultivated caretakers are doing their job in a more responsible and assiduous manner, always bearing in mind that the success of the year's farming depends on them. The farmers are also studying advanced farming technology consistently, always remembering the demand of the developing era. Their life's experiences convinced them that they cannot be patriotic without knowledge. The farmers also concentrating efforts on plowing for transplanting rice seedlings qualitatively in time. Under the condition that the plowing of dry fields has already been finished, the farm has mapped out a more specific plan and is increasing the operational rate of the tractors to the maximum. The mechanized work team members have set a bound target to finish paddy plowing ahead of schedule and are doing everything in their power to operate machines at full capacity. They think their patriotism is expressed in plowing more paddy fields than schedule while ensuring correct depth. Work team leader Kim Jong-un says,
지금 우리 장방의 전체 농장들은 핵감독이 벽을 보면서 사회주의 부귀 영화를 마음껏 누리게.
Now all the farmers of my work team are speeding up farming preparations with a desire to bring only the day when they would enjoy the benefits of nuclear power and all luxuries of socialism. In the future, we'll do all the farm work starting from the preparations in a scientific and technical way and in a responsible manner and hit this year's target of grain production. You've been listening to an accounting title, Patriotism Displayed in Farming Preparations. This is Voice of Korea.
Now here's a female solo, playing open to the horizon under his affection. please listen to the light music. I'll bring flowering spring day.
Dear listeners, with this we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presented English language service for Southeast Asia between 5 and 6 hours UTC on 13,650 kHz and 15,105 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz and 13,650 kHz. For Middle East and North Africa between 16 and 17 hours UTC on 9,890 kHz and 11,645 kHz, and between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 9,875 kHz and 11,635 kHz. For South Africa between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 7,210 kHz and 11,910 kHz. And for Central and South Americas between 4 and 5 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz, 13,760 kHz, and 15,180 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,710 kHz and 15,180 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.